12:45. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Tykowski. As president of the UConn Pharmacy Alumni Association and on behalf of the association's officers and board of directors, it gives us great pleasure to welcome you to the 49th Pharmacy Alumni Awards ceremony celebration, the very first in a virtual format. Our association's mission is to foster relationships between the School of Pharmacy, students, and alumni through professional and networking activities, and to recognize and celebrate alumni achievements. Towards that first objective, the association recently launched the School of Pharmacy Professional Traditions Fund to help celebrate the markers of student progress through the Doctor of Pharmacy program. More details will be shared during the UConn Gives fundraising campaign later this month. Tonight, in line with our association's second objective, we're excited to engage in this event to celebrate the exceptional achievements of our 3 award recipients. Like so many before them, they have demonstrated outstanding achievements in a number of ways. The awardees, each very accomplished, have been recognized based on nominations received by the association. I just want to take a second to thank all of those who did submit nominations. You know, it's very, very kind of you to recognize the work of so many out there in our world. Over the past several weeks, I've enjoyed the opportunity to represent alumni during the School of Pharmacy's annual professionalism ceremonies, which mark the progression of our student pharmacists during their educational careers. The alumni celebrated tonight prepared their video presentations that were shared with students and their families, making the aspirational point that great accomplishments are possible, recognized, and celebrated. As we celebrate the accomplishments of our 3 newest award recipients, I'd like to recognize the alumni joining us this evening who have received these distinguished honors in previous years. Based on the pre-registrations for tonight's ceremony, the past recipients of the Distinguished Alumnus Award joining us remotely tonight include Daniel C. Leone, who also served as Executive Secretary of the UConn Pharmacy Alumni Association, and previous recipients, Marion Guanti, Barbara DeTula, Barbara Giacomelli, Joseph Krasnowski, and Eric Tishy. We are also joined by 2 previous recipients of the Exceptional Service Award, John Capuano and Robert Bebko. Christopher Fortier, who's also a prior recipient of the Tradition of Excellence Award, is with us tonight as well. We're glad to have these distinguished honorees in the audience this evening. The past presidents of the UConn Pharmacy Alumni Association joining us remotely are Mary Ann Dolan, Jill Fitzgerald, and Colleen Teven. The current alumni officers and directors in our audience this evening are Ken Amon, Austin Bevan, John Capuano, Mary Ann Dolan, Marion Guanti, Elizabeth Simonetti, and Colleen Teven. I now call upon the School of Pharmacy Dean, Dr. Philip Ritzko, to extend his welcome.
Sorry about that. I think I was muted. Again, thank you, Peter, and good evening, everyone. My name is Phil Ritzko. I'm the Dean of the UConn School of Pharmacy, and it is my pleasure to welcome everyone this evening for this important occasion. First of all, congratulations to our 2021 School of Pharmacy Alumni Award recipients this evening: Jim Laflamme, Janet Kazakowitz, and Sophia Anonya. You make our school very proud. We look forward to recognizing you and your careers later on during this program. Thank you for all you do for support of our school, and thank you for taking time to be with us this evening. Before we begin with the honors, and since we are all here this evening to celebrate 3 special alums of our School of Pharmacy, I would like to give everyone a quick update regarding some fantastic news I received earlier this week. The American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy, AACP, their board of directors, has selected the UConn School of Pharmacy to be awarded the Lawrence C. Weaver Transformative Community Service Award. This award is presented annually to one school or college of pharmacy demonstrating a major institutional commitment to addressing unmet community needs through education, practice, and research. This commitment should be demonstrated through the development of exceptional programs that go well beyond the traditional service role of academic pharmacy. The award highlights community service as an important element of the academic mission and recognizes institutions that can serve as examples of social responsiveness in the academic pharmacy community. So I celebrate this award with our faculty, staff, and students of our School of Pharmacy. It is a team effort to achieve this type of recognition, and I'm proud to be associated with such a talented group of outstanding individuals. We will receive this award later this summer in July at the AACP annual meeting. So at this time, we have not made any announcements of being selected for this award. So please keep this a secret. Now, just to give you some other updates, COVID-19 has brought challenges unlike anything that we've faced before. Our classrooms went to distance learning or virtual. Our critical labs were broken into smaller groups that allowed for social distancing, and experiential education also changed as many practice settings closed their doors to outside staffing and students because of the pandemic. I must commend our entire experiential learning team, led by Dr. Joe Fitzgerald, for working tirelessly to find ways to meet our students' needs for experiential rotation sites. Despite it all, our faculty, staff, and students rose to the challenge to learn online, to carry out experiential experiences, and to help our state to confront the pandemic with education, support, and providing vaccinations while following through on their own education and family situations. Through the year, we saw fortitude, resilience, and professionalism in our students, in a creativity born of a true desire to make the best out of an unprecedented situation. And here's a few examples of some of those leadership roles that our students have taken. Led by seasoned expert faculty, some of our students created educational videos in 5 different languages that address some of the concerns and misconceptions surrounding the COVID-19 vaccinations. You can find these on our YouTube channel. Students also got involved in critical contact tracing efforts around the state of Connecticut, and our faculty created and continually updated resources for licensed pharmacists who are on the front lines in immunizing and the immunization curriculum for those who wanted to help be involved in immunizing. Because UConn School of Pharmacy requires immunization training and certification of all of our pharmacy students, we were able to offer over 350 of our students with the state of Connecticut's large-scale immunization efforts that began with healthcare workers back in December. Our teams of faculty and students are still out there even today. As noted, our faculty experts developed online resources and information for registered pharmacists and the state to guide its fact-based coronavirus response and immunization rollout. The entire effort from information to students was and still is being coordinated by our school's Office of Continuing Education and Professional Development, which created treatment fact sheets, developed obviously the 21.5-hour immunization training and certification program that practicing pharmacists could take if they wanted to learn how to counsel and vaccinate and get involved with the vaccination efforts. Pharmacists have indeed been critical to the expanding the reach of the COVID-19 vaccines quickly. For many, their pharmacists are the most accessible and trusted healthcare professionals to get a vaccine from. I am very proud of our School of Pharmacy, students, faculty, and staff who not only made a challenging year productive, but also rose to help our state to confront the coronavirus, a public health emergency unlike anything we've seen before. So it is fitting for me to join you this evening to celebrate our school's distinguished alumni. Our school continues the tradition of educating and preparing the next generation of pharmacists and future alumni for this association. So congratulations to our awardees, and thank you for your service to our school and to the profession of pharmacy. I'll now turn it back to Peter and our awardees.
Well, thank you, Dean Ritzko. Quite a year, I would say, for the school. Quite a year. Nice to see that, maybe to coin a tired cliche maybe, but it sounds like you guys had lemons and you were able to make lemonade. So that's really exciting to hear your news. Now, I have the pleasure of recognizing our 3 Alumni Award recipients. Our first award is the Tradition of Excellence Award, recognizing the achievements of a young alumna who is continuing the tradition of excellence established by prior generations of UConn School of Pharmacy graduates. The 2021 Tradition of Excellence Award recipient is Dr. Sophia Anonya. In 2013, Dr. Sophia Anonya received her PhD in pharmaceutical science with a concentration in medicinal and natural product chemistry. She subsequently earned an MBA from the University of Connecticut with specialization in healthcare management. Prior to her doctorate work at UConn, she was an analytical development scientist at Pfizer Groton Research and Development Headquarters and attended Bowling Green State University, where she earned a Bachelor of Science in Honors Chemistry and a Master of Public Health degree. At the School of Pharmacy, Dr. Anonya's doctoral research advisor was the late Amy C. Anderson, PhD, Professor of Medicinal Chemistry and former department head. Dr. Anonya's research investigated the use of tropolone natural product derivatives as a novel and potent anti-cancer therapeutics. Her dissertation led to 6 publications in well-respected scientific journals, a patent, and multiple awards, including a Dana-Farber Harvard Cancer Center Award for her oral presentation at the New England Science Symposium. She also completed her postdoctoral training in medicinal oncology research at the Yale Cancer Center, Yale School of Medicine in New Haven, Connecticut. In 2019, following 5 years in strategy consulting roles, Dr. Anonya launched the Sophia Consulting Firm, a life science marketing and communications consultancy. She serves as founder and CEO, and the firm is based in New York City. As the COVID-19 pandemic unfolded, Sophia recognized the need for new avenues of communication to highlight biotech industry advancements. She initiated the Amplifying Scientific Innovation video podcast, which quickly developed a significant following. Since June of 2020, Sophia has interviewed more than 30 prominent life science industry leaders discussing their leadership journey, corporate vision, and industry outlook. Amplifying Scientific Innovation is now in season 3, and Sophia also recently hosted panel discussions during the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference on the pertinent topic of clinical trial diversity. In just 8 months, the video podcast series has generated over 400,000 views on YouTube. In addition to followers who stream the podcast onto popular streaming sites, inclusive of Apple and iHeart. Dr. Anonya is a recipient of several professional awards, including 2 Spark Awards from the Healthcare Businesswomen's Association, and she was recently selected as president of the board of directors for the Healthcare Businesswomen's Association New York chapter. She also serves on the advisory council of the Dell Women's Entrepreneur Network. Sophia is a Yale entrepreneur in residence and maintains close associations with the UConn Schools of Pharmacy and Business, as well as the UConn Molecular and Cell Biology Department, speaking with students and sharing her experience as a Nigerian-American scientist and entrepreneur. In February 2021, she was a panelist in the Gino Oriema UConn Leadership Series for MBA students. She is also the featured alumni for the month of March, which is Women's History Month, by the UConn School of Business Office of Alumni Relations. Sophia and her husband Muna live in Secaucus, New Jersey, and she is joined virtually by friends and family all over the world, including her native Nigeria. It gives me great pleasure to present the 2021 Tradition of Excellence Award to Dr. Sophia Anonya. Sophia, you're welcome to please begin your remarks.
Well, first of all, thank you for that kind introduction, Peter, and also for you, Dean, for just welcoming me into this beautiful tradition of excellence. I have the plaque here with me, and it's something that I'll probably go to sleep with tonight. I'll put it under my pillow. But my vision for amplifying scientific innovation started in my home country of Nigeria, and being born in a place with very limited medical infrastructure and limited opportunities for women, I had a vision to do something and to make a difference, to make an impact. And that vision would not have been possible without my education at the University of Connecticut. I think I will always mourn the death of my great advisor, Dr. Amy Anderson, because she gave me the autonomy to go into her lab where she was an antibiotics researcher, and she allowed me to do cancer research. And she gave me that opportunity to fuel this intellectual curiosity that I've always had. Mind you, when I was a 7-year-old, I thought that my favorite book in the world should be and still remains the Encyclopedia Britannica. And to continue that sort of tradition of excellence, I haven't done that on my own. I've had people that have supported me. And this is an opportunity to thank those people. I'm glad that my brother Valentine, he is with his family, and he's been texting me nonstop. I think he sent me 20 text messages in the past 1 minute. But you know, the encouragement that I received from my brother as well as my sister Adeza is something that I always take with me. And most recently, when I got married to my childhood sweetheart, whom I met serendipitously here in the US, there's been so much growth that has come from that. But I think, you know, even going back to my days at the UConn School of Pharmacy in the beautiful Stars campus, there was just this peace that UConn gave me, this environment that allowed me to foster my intellectual curiosity, to develop friendships that meant a lot, to harness that intellectual curiosity, to publish scientific work, and to leverage that scientific foundation for the work that I do today. And to have my podcast platform grow so quickly in a very short amount of time is testament to that tradition of excellence. And so many people for me to thank, even at the UConn School of Pharmacy, including the amazing Dr. Dennis Wright, who was an associate advisor for me, as well as Shali J. Ardina, who is a professor in the UConn Molecular and Cell Biology Department. But there is joy, there is honor, there is pleasure, because less than 10 years ago, I graduated with my PhD in pharmaceutical science. And it gave me so much confidence and so much liberation to say to myself, who do you want to be? Go out there and be that person? How do you empower people with knowledge? Knowledge is power, I always say that. But also, how do you become a source of credible scientific content in a time when there's so much confusion all over the world around what do we do? What is social distancing? How do we get vaccines? What role does health equity play in herd immunity? So many engaging topics that I've had the honor and pleasure to discuss with very prominent leaders within the industry, from Pfizer, where I started my career, to companies like Novartis, Johnson & Johnson, the Alliance for Regenerative Medicine, the National Minority Equality Forum, Inspire. And I'm not often at a loss for words, but I think it's a testament to what tonight means to me, that even though it's been about 8 years or so since I got my PhD, that the UConn School of Pharmacy, they still care. They still monitor, they still watch my growth, and they will continue to support me in what I do. And I hope that I can continue to give back. I've given a few seminars at the UConn School of Pharmacy, but there's so much more to do, because I want to help nurture, empower, educate, inspire, and engage the next generation. And the tradition of excellence is one that I'm happy to keep now, but I'm also happy to pass it on next year and to be a part of this intellectual group of people that go above and beyond to make a difference. There's so much more that I could say, but I don't want to get the music at the end that says, okay, you're talking too much. But just know that for a young woman that was born in a different continent, thousands of miles away, that had a dream to make a difference, to amplify scientific innovation, to be supported by the School of Pharmacy, to be supported by my family here in the US. I don't think my parents are still awake, but if they are, hello parents. And here my husband, he's right around the corner. And to have that type of support today that I never had, it empowers me to believe that there's so much more that lies ahead. And I hope to return one day to thank you all again for recognizing me at a very important time in my entrepreneurial journey. And it means so much to me. And I dedicate this award to the late, great Amy Anderson, who gave me an opportunity to work in her lab without ever meeting me. And for my family, the one I was born into, the Anonyas, as well as the one I married into, the Onyas. The sky is the limit, knowledge is power. And I thank you so much for this honor and opportunity.
Sophia, thank you. I have every reason to believe there is much more ahead. I have every reason to believe that there will be much more ahead for you. Thank you. And I'd like to extend our congratulations on behalf of the UConn Pharmacy Alumni Association and the School of Pharmacy.
Thank you. It's my honor and a pleasure.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. This year, we're honoring Dr. Janet Kazakowitz with the Exceptional Service Award in appreciation for her unique contributions to the School of Pharmacy and its students. Dr. Janet Kazakowitz is a member of the University of Connecticut School of Pharmacy class of 1979. She earned a master's degree in healthcare management from Rensselaer and her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. She's a fellow of the American Society of Health System Pharmacists and is currently serving as chair of the ASHP Pharmacy Technician Accreditation Commission. Dr. Kazakowitz recently retired from Yale New Haven Hospital, where she served as Director of Pharmacy Services. In that role, she oversaw drug distribution and clinical services for Yale New Haven Hospital, Yale New Haven Children's Hospital, Yale Psychiatric Hospital, and all the associated outpatient clinics. She also oversaw the ASHP accredited residency program with 30 PGY1 and PGY2 residents, and the admission medication reconciliation program. Throughout her career, Janet has demonstrated a commitment to the education and mentoring of pharmacy students and young professionals. Many UConn students have benefited from her experience as a preceptor for both introductory and advanced pharmacy practice experiences. Janet was also instrumental in developing innovative experiences for IPPI and APPI rotations that would offer UConn students exposure to the future of their profession. One example is the rotation at the Apothecary and Wellness Center, a retail pharmacy associated with the Hospital St. Raphael campus. With access to electronic medical records from the hospital and ambulatory care center, pharmacy students were able to experience a novel approach to retail pharmacy during this rotation, including the coordination of prior authorizations for chemotherapy medications. At Yale New Haven Health, the ASHP Accredited Pharmacy Technician Training Program provided another unique opportunity for UConn students during an APPE rotation. Pharmacy students became the program instructors, teaching the didactic technician classes, including the essential math skills. This rotation experience proved valuable as those students often chose to pursue acceptance to postgraduate pharmacy residency programs. Janet's quest to engage students in contemporary practice methods also led to the development of a virtual program allowing students to do medication history assessments remotely from the School of Pharmacy. Their work within the Yale New Haven Health System included exposure to the EPIC system and gathering information from community pharmacies prior to patients having outpatient surgical procedures. Janet's dedication to the School of Pharmacy and current students is exceptional. She continues to mentor students in the Leaders Track and is an emeritus member of the Dean's Advisory Board. Because of her leadership in Connecticut's health systems, numerous UConn pharmacy graduates have had the opportunity to benefit from her time and expertise during their PharmD education. Dr. Kazakowitz serves as an executive board member and treasurer for Health Assistance Intervention Education Network and is the recipient of several awards, including the CSHP, that's the Connecticut Society of Health System Pharmacists, Paul G. Pierre-Pauli Award for extraordinary service and dedication to the profession. Janet's husband, Joe, a UConn Bachelor of Science and PhD alumnus, and their daughter, Annie, are both joining the celebration this evening. It gives me great pleasure to present the 2021 Exceptional Service Award to Dr. Janet Kazakowitz. Janet, please, your remarks.
Thank you, Pete. I just want to thank the Alumni Association for this wonderful honor. I have to say, along with Sophia, to be associated with this award and the notable alumni that have preceded me is truly humbling. And it has really caused me to pause and reflect back on my UConn education and appreciate it and how it's impacted my personal and professional life and how it's empowered me to stretch my limits without fear. Throughout my childhood, my parents always told me that the possibilities were endless, and graduating with this degree from the School of Pharmacy has made that all come true. Over the years, I've hung my UConn diploma very proudly in all the offices where my career has brought me. The degree has offered me the opportunity to have a voice to shape, influence, and impact the profession of pharmacy, both nationally and locally. It's enabled me to help lead the many practice changes that have positively impacted the profession over the years. The endless relationships I've built throughout the years has really empowered me as well and enriched my life, not only with those in my class, but with the countless alumni from the school who've served as mentors to me along the way. It's been my privilege to give back to the program and the students through mentoring and creating some of those novel opportunities for the students in institutional pharmacy practice. I value the support of my parents. My husband, Joe, as you mentioned, is a UConn alum. My children, Lee and Annie, who's here with us this evening. Thank you, Annie. As well as the pharmacists, all the pharmacists and technicians that I've worked with throughout my career, the many colleagues, mentors who've helped me along the way. So again, thank you for this great honor and congratulations to the other award recipients, Sophia and Jim. Sophia, you were very inspiring. And Jim and I go way back. We graduated from UConn in '79, and I always remember what a great person he was, and so happy for you this evening as well. So congratulations and thank you.
Janet, on behalf of the School of Pharmacy UConn Alumni Association, we thank you for your years of service and extend our congratulations. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
The Distinguished Pharmacy Alumnus Award is presented to alumni who have distinguished themselves in our profession. Our recipient this year is the 77th alumnus to be honored with this award, a tribute to many UConn alumni who have advanced the profession of pharmacy and the pharmaceutical sciences. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our 2021 Distinguished Alumnus, James Laflamme. James Laflamme graduated from the University of Connecticut in 1979 with a bachelor's degree in pharmacy and earned a master's degree in management from Indiana Wesleyan University. He is a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. Jim is the founder and CEO of Biopharma Global, an international regulatory affairs advisory firm focused on rare diseases and diseases with high unmet medical needs. Biopharma Global donates a portion of its revenue in support of education and increased awareness of new therapies to treat crippling and fatal diseases. In his prior positions, Jim served as Executive Vice President with Cote Orphan, responsible for all global operations within both the regulatory affairs and business development divisions, and served as Director with PricewaterhouseCoopers, advising healthcare clients in both the public and commercial sectors. His early career roles include Director of Pharmacy, administrative and executive positions with medical centers in Maine, Indiana, Connecticut, and Colorado. Jim's diverse career experiences illustrate the value of a pharmacy degree in preparing individuals for roles that demand innovation, problem solving, and communication skills. In recent years, Jim joined the UConn School of Pharmacy Dean's Advisory Board and has mentored students in the Leaders Track program. He created sought-after rotations within his organizations, allowing students to gain experience in regulatory roles in the biotech industry. He also worked with members of the UConn School of Pharmacy Diversity Committee to establish a programming fund and initiate a mentorship program. Jim's wife, Carol, is joining the celebration this evening as well as his mother, brother, and several friends and relatives. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate our 2021 Distinguished Pharmacy Alumnus, James Laflamme. Jim, please begin your...
Well, Peter, thank you so much. And thanks to the Pharmacy Alumni Association for this prestigious award. When I graduated in 1979, I can assure you that nobody thought I would be standing here receiving the oldest award from the School of Pharmacy Alumni Association. In fact, when I was in school, as I was driving the hockey rink Zamboni down Stadium Road during a snowstorm with a bulldozer across the Student Union Quad during a fraternity initiation exercise, I was not thinking about the Distinguished Alumni Award, nor did I anticipate founding a very successful global biotech consulting firm. To be named the 77th recipient of the Distinguished Alumni Award is just amazing for so many reasons. It's very difficult to put into words how humbling this is. To be nominated and supported by your peers and students that you mentored for a lifetime of work and achievement is very special and frankly quite emotional for me personally. However, I did not make this journey alone. I had a lot of help along the way. In many ways, this award belongs to a lot of other people who really helped me along in my career and my success. So first and foremost, I would like to recognize my wife, Carol, and co-founder of Biopharma Global. Carol's provided her unwavering support in so many ways, too many ways to mention. She's always been there for me, no matter what the situation. And my parents, who started me on this journey, provided an environment that fostered strong work ethic, emphasized the importance of never quitting, finishing what you start, and getting a good education. And Dr. Marie Smith, who was not only a good friend, but she also tutored me along the way and played a big part in my pharmacy career success. She's always been there as a colleague when I needed advice or guidance. And finally, in a lot of ways, most importantly, Dr. Carl Needforth, who without his support and encouragement, I would not be here. He had such a profound impact on my education, my life, which eventually impacted my career. At the end of 1995, the university had invited me to take a vacation. 1975, sorry. It might have been something to do with the Zamboni or the bulldozer or my less than stellar academic performance. But when I was readmitted, Dr. Needforth said the following: "You are destined to do something great. You may not have confidence in yourself, but I have confidence in you." And I never forgot those words, and it was a fuel that propelled my success and drive in my career. I did not want to let him down. So as opportunities presented themselves and doors opened, I did not hesitate to walk through them. I took risks with my career and was fortunate to see the practice of pharmacy from many different vantage points: community practice, hospital practice, administrative, consulting, industry, and now regulatory affairs as the founder of Biopharma Global. I can tell everybody that everything I have professionally, I owe to the School of Pharmacy and the education I received. I'm so grateful to everyone who had a hand in this nomination and award. All those who supported me for this distinction, those that nominated me and wrote supporting letters, the Dean's Advisory Board, the students, and especially Chris Fortier. Let me conclude by saying that whatever time I have left, I'm committed to the continuing support of the School of Pharmacy as students and graduates in any programs where they might need assistance. You know, guys, this has been, I have 45-year plus career, and I can't begin to tell you what it's meant to me. And I'm so humbled. There's so many people that got this award before me. In some ways, maybe they were better qualified. I was shocked when I actually, Marianne called me. So I want to thank everybody. And with that, Peter, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, Jim, thank you for your comments, and congratulations on behalf of the UConn Pharmacy Alumni Association and the School of Pharmacy. So now, if we could have all the award recipients activate their cameras for the closing remarks. Okay, so now that we've heard from each of our award recipients, I'm sure our audience will agree that our school is well represented by alumni in pharmacies, laboratories, and boardrooms. And now we recognize that we have strong representation in virtual settings as well. Congratulations to Sophia, Janet, and Jim. We thank everyone for joining the awards program and celebrating the many accomplishments of our recipients. We also thank the people who helped make this evening possible, especially Samantha Morris-Avery with the UConn Foundation Alumni Relations Department, Karen Burgess with the School of Pharmacy Communications Department, and our very own Executive Secretary, Marianne Dolan. Thank you. We look forward to seeing everyone in the future at another UConn School of Pharmacy alumni event. I wish you all a good evening and thank you one more time. Good night, everybody. Yeah, good move.
Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Really, thank you.